Hey internet. So this is part 5. It's always a little difficult recording around family commitments. Okay, let's do this.
We're here! This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler! It's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Seems weird that he's got like an English, well, US accent. But okay. I guess most voice actors are from
Hello,
LA.
dears. Is there something you want to say? Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits. As for the commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual on the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that.
See, I don't get it. How come they've got NPC, like, voice acted, but not the Traveler? What's up with that?
Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you... I mean, whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that they say it's because Toma. They get to talking about Miss Kamisato. It's been many years now since, as someone who is old and gray. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please, wonderful.
Paimon likes it. Paimon's itching to try it.
Of
Okay.
course.
Alright, goodbye for now.
We need
We're,
to...
Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see.
All right then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep. Every...
Very well. Safe.
Terasuna. Oh? Oh no.
Well, here we are. But what...
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Xavier? What are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now...
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Why does he look like the Doctor's disguise?
Oh, well, it's a long story. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation.
A couple?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then, too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about...
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know...
What brought this on? Did you just... Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? No, I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a
Interesting.
kabuki mono where Tatara Suna is concerned.
Okay. So he rewrote history somehow. Alright.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay.
Oh, you're most farewell.
Alrighty. See ya.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. Hey, don't... Alright.
Okay. Let's do this.
Hey, it's them!
Alright.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
The same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh? Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh? Oh, of course.
Okay. I don't really want to read. Oop, it's highlighted in yellow. Okay. Do I have to read it? Is there gonna be like a quiz later on? Okay. Cool. Alright.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Not interesting, sure. So basically they just updated that the doctor murdered Niwa. Cool. Skim. Skip.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last...
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Wow, so many.
Well. Ugh.
This new information actually lends...
Yes, okay, point taken.
And they're back at it.
Oh, so...
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find out any...
Will do.
Alright, cool. Let's talk to Nahida. I kinda wanna finish this quest. Because tomorrow 3.4 happens, so wanna get it done quickly. Alright, let's go.
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, have you... Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest.
Alright, excuse background noise.
It sounds like some kind of code. You look troubled.
Okay.
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
Okay. Fade to black. Okay. Cool.
That's quite a... So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after. Nevertheless, it does make sense.
So,
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. The Traveler comes from a world beyond Tevat. That's why there's no information. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's...
Paimon's having a...
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given.
See, no voice lines. What is that?
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of... He couldn't keep hating the story make the Balladeer. That power then enabled him.
Yeah, it just feels so
Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was... You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
Well, that's why you always back up your security systems.
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you were... Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin."
Oh. I see. So, the analogy is that dude's doctor in the fox costume. The kitten is the wanderer.
The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after.
Oh man.
After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Awesome.
We
Thumbnail.
solved it.
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination.
That's deep.
And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahid is right. something to eat. We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
We'll call this part 5. I'll see you in part 6.